Welcome to the Thinking Director channel, where thinking differently leads to living differently. Have you ever wondered why some people, starting with almost nothing, still manage to become millionaires, sometimes even billionaires? And here's the fascinating part. Many of them come from a community that makes up less than 0.3% of the world's population, yet controls over 30% of the world's wealth. Yes, I'm talking about the Jewish people. For hundreds of years, the Jewish people have been recognized worldwide not just for their exceptional intelligence, but for their almost instinctive ability to make and keep money. They don't just create wealth for themselves, they shape the very flow of global finance. But what intrigues me isn't just the numbers or the wealth. What I really want to understand is this. What is it in their mindset that allows them to build lasting wealth? Generation after generation? Why is it that when others are stuck in hardship or crisis, they still find ways to grow? The answer isn't in some magical secret. It lies in life principles, these hidden rules they follow every single day, quietly, but with incredible effectiveness. In this video, we'll explore 15 hidden rules of Jewish wealth, principles that have helped them rise from nothing to become icons of success. But this isn't just a story about money. It's a story about how to see life differently, how to seize opportunities, and how to build a financial foundation that lasts, not just for you, but for generations to come. Imagine this. You might be starting from zero, or even in the negative. But if you apply the right mindset, each small step can turn into a great journey. Just like the Jewish people, they never dismiss any opportunity. No matter how small, a single dollar earned today could open the door to hundreds of opportunities tomorrow. And while many people think getting rich is a lonely, exhausting journey, the Jewish people see it as an art, a game of intelligence, where every decision has the power to change your life. So, if you're looking for clear principles you can apply immediately, practical, yet deeply philosophical, join me on this journey of discovery. Because who knows, by the end, you might realize that the path to sustainable wealth has been right in front of you all along. The very first, and one of the most important, principles of the Jewish people sounds deceptively simple. Even if it's just $1. Make sure you earn it. But behind this saying lies an entire life philosophy. Many people pass up small opportunities, thinking, it's not worth my time. The Jewish people think differently. They believe that a small profit today, if saved and reinvested wisely, can grow into something massive in the future. I remember a story about a famous Jewish construction contractor in the US. His company would take on even the smallest contracts, sometimes earning just a few $1,000s in profit. When asked why, he simply smiled and said, "Every contract is a relationship, and every relationship is a new door." This mindset doesn't just make them money, it helps them build a loyal client network, opening the way for bigger opportunities down the road. But the principle of earning even just $1 isn't just about money. It's about attitude, an attitude of never missing an opportunity, an attitude of respecting the value of work and results, no matter how small. Think about it. How many times in life have we ignored opportunities just because they weren't big enough? How many times have we waited for the perfect condition to start, only to end up never starting at all? The Jewish people understand this well. Everything big starts from something very small. They apply this principle to every area: business, investment, relationships, even personal growth. Alongside this are other hidden rules. Value time like gold. Never waste a single minute on pointless tasks. Focus on core customers and products. Apply the 78-20 seconds rule to maximize profit. And always keep your word, because trust is the greatest capital in business. Imagine this. If you're in sales, 22% of your loyal customers will generate 78% of your revenue. If you invest, 22% of your core portfolio could bring 78% of your returns. The Jewish people have understood this for centuries, and they use it to their advantage. And here's another important point. Never fear investing to make a profit. The Jewish people are known for being frugal, but they're not cheap when it comes to opportunity. They're willing to spend if there's a clear chance for profit, because they know money must move to multiply. Someone once asked me, so what's the real secret of the Jewish people? I believe it's a combination of three things. knowledge, to see opportunities clearly, discipline, to act consistently, and long-term thinking, to stay one step ahead of everyone else. In the next parts, we'll dive deeper into each principle, not just to understand them, but to apply them to our own lives and work. Because building wealth, at the end of the day, isn't about tomorrow or next year. It starts right now. If the previous part was about the principle, even if it's just $1, earn it, then this part is the next step. What to do with that dollar? And this is where the 9-to-1 rule comes in. It sounds simple. Whatever you earn, spend no more than 90% and set aside at least 10% for yourself, more specifically, for your future. But this very simplicity is why so many people ignore it. One reason the 9-to-1 rule works so well is because it builds financial discipline. You're forced to live within 90% of your income, and that makes you spend more consciously. Many people fail at building wealth not because they don't earn enough, but because they can't keep what they earn. The Jewish people are the opposite. They see keeping and multiplying money as a skill to be practiced for life. So, if today you can't yet earn more, start by keeping more of what you already have. And when you're comfortable saving 10%, try raising it to 15%, then 20%. Never underestimate the power of small steps. A single saving today can be the foundation for an empire tomorrow. And that's exactly how the Jewish have done it, quietly, with discipline, but with incredible effectiveness. When it comes to business success, the Jewish people don't just talk about skills or capital. They start with mindset, specifically awareness of wealth. They believe that to become wealthy, you must first want it clearly and strongly. It sounds simple, but in reality, many people don't consciously realize they truly want to be rich. They just hope not to be poor. For the Jewish people, awareness of wealth is like a compass. If you truly want to be rich, you'll constantly look for ways to make money come to you, through work, investment, or opportunities others ignore. One reason the 9-to-1 rule works so well is because it builds financial discipline. You're forced to live within 90% of your income, and that makes you spend more consciously. Many people fail at building wealth not because they don't earn enough, but because they can't keep what they earn. The Jewish people are the opposite. They see keeping and multiplying money as a skill to be practiced for life. So, if today you can't yet earn more, start by keeping more of what you already have. And when you're comfortable saving 10%, try raising it to 15%, then 20%. Never underestimate the power of small steps. A single saving today can be the foundation for an empire tomorrow. And that's exactly how the Jewish have done it, quietly, with discipline, but with incredible effectiveness. When it comes to business success, the Jewish people don't just talk about skills or capital. They start with mindset, specifically awareness of wealth. They believe that to become wealthy, you must first want it clearly and strongly. It sounds simple, but in reality, many people don't consciously realize they truly want to be rich. They just hope not to be poor. For the Jewish people, awareness of wealth is like a compass. If you truly want to be rich, you'll constantly look for ways to make money come to you, through work, investment, or opportunities others ignore. I once met a Jewish entrepreneur who said, if you wake up each morning without thinking of ways to create value and make more money, you've already wasted that day. The second factor, which may sound familiar but is truly their secret weapon, making the most of every relationship. The Jewish have an extensive community network, not limited by nation or territory. They keep in touch, support each other, and readily share opportunities. If you walk into a neighborhood with many Jewish-owned shops, you'll notice they don't compete in a cutthroat way. Instead, they often collaborate, share suppliers, and even refer customers to each other. And interestingly, they apply this principle not just in business but in life, building genuine, long-term relationships instead of short-term connections. The third factor, and perhaps the most game-changing, is the willingness to take risks. The Jewish understand that risk and profit are two sides of the same coin. Without risk, there's almost no big profit. But their risks are not blind gambles, they're carefully calculated ones. A Jewish merchant once said, I never invest in something I don't understand. But once I do, I'm willing to bet big. This means they spend time researching, analyzing, and gathering information before making a decision. They know that knowledge is the shield that protects them from most risks. The story of a group of Jewish investors in New York is a prime example. When the real estate market crashed, many people sold off their properties. This group bought in, not because of luck, but because they had tracked the market for years and knew prices would rebound. And they were right. Just a few years later, their property values had multiplied. That was the reward for patience, knowledge, and courage. These three factors, awareness of wealth, leveraging relationships, and embracing risk, when combined, form a solid foundation for anyone aiming for lasting success. The question is, are you ready to apply them? When it comes to choosing a business field, the Jewish people have a very practical rule: invest in needs that never go away. And to them, there are three such groups: food and dining, essential consumer goods, and products or services for women and children. It sounds simple, but think about it. Who doesn't eat every day? Who doesn't need to buy essential items? And who makes most of the spending decisions in a household? Mostly women. The Jewish target exactly these needs because they know this is a stable, sustainable market with long-term spending potential. For example, many Jewish merchants run chains of grocery stores, jewelry shops, clothing boutiques, or healthcare services, things people still need even in times of crisis. But choosing the right field is only part of it. Their next strategy is focusing on core customers, the group that generates most of the revenue. This is where they apply the 78-20 seconds rule. 22% of customers bring in 78% of the profit. Instead of spreading resources thin to reach everyone, they prioritize serving and adding value to this group. I once saw a small Jewish-owned business with just over 200 loyal customers generate revenue comparable to a company with thousands of casual buyers. The secret lies in knowing customers down to the last detail: what they like, what they need, and what they're willing to spend on. The third strategy: never limit your market. The Jewish are known as global citizens. They are willing to expand business anywhere, from major cities to emerging regions. They believe opportunities aren't just in familiar places. By traveling far and meeting many, they broaden their perspective, build relationships, and find markets others overlook. Finally, an essential strategy: coordinating resources effectively. The Jewish excel at connecting capital, technology, manpower, and knowledge from different sources to create greater value. A Jewish entrepreneur once said, "The world already has everything you need to succeed. Your job is to assemble them in a way others haven't thought of yet." This is the difference. They don't just work hard, they work smart, finding ways to optimize what's already there instead of only chasing what's missing. When they combine these four elements, choosing sustainable fields, focusing on core customers, expanding markets, and coordinating resources, they create a business model that's both safe and profitable in the long term. The question for you is, in your field, what's the need that never goes away? And have you truly focused on your most important customers yet? The Jewish people aren't just wealthy because of their business skills. They hold a treasure trove of wisdom passed down for generations. Their sayings are not just advice, they're life principles tested over time. Saying 1. If you refuse to learn, even if you traveled 10,000 miles, you're still just a postman. To them, knowledge is the most important luggage. You can travel far, but without learning, you won't progress. Saying 2. True friends don't just laugh with you, they stay by your side in silence. Quality relationships matter more than quantity. Saying 3. The strong believe in cause and effect, the weak believe in luck. They don't wait for luck, they create it through action. Saying 4. 3 things no one can steal from you: the food you've eaten, the dream in your heart, and the knowledge you've learned. A reminder that true value lies in what's yours forever. Saying 5. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is now. They value acting now, not delaying. Saying 6. When you give flowers, the first to smell them is you. Giving is also receiving. Saying 7. When you're young, do the work you should do. When you're old, you can do the things you want. Early preparation creates later freedom. Saying 8. Everyone complains about lacking money, but few complain about lacking wisdom. The greatest asset is intelligence. Saying 9. Someone who points out your flaws isn't necessarily an enemy. Someone who always praises you isn't necessarily a friend. Don't let praise or criticism blind you. Saying 10. A smile is the cheapest cosmetic. Exercise is the cheapest medicine. Health and a positive attitude are the foundation of all success. Saying 11. A greeting is the cheapest cost of communication. Courtesy always opens new doors. Saying 12. A drop of dirty water can cloud a whole glass of clean water. Protect your environment from negativity. These sayings are not just for business, but for life. They remind us that lasting success comes not just from money, but from wisdom, relationships, health, and character. When you apply these mindsets to your work and life, you'll find yourself not only better at making money, but also at keeping money and truly living well. We've just taken a long journey together, exploring the principles and mindsets that have helped the Jewish people become one of the wealthiest and most successful communities in the world. If you've noticed, everything they apply isn't some magical secret or complicated trick. It's simple things, done with consistency, discipline, and intelligence, from valuing even the smallest opportunities, applying the 9-to-1 rule, leveraging relationships, to embracing risk and always keeping their word. Success, therefore, isn't the result of luck, it's the outcome of the right choices repeated every single day. You don't need to be born into a wealthy family to start. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment to act. You just need to start today, with what you have right now, and consistently apply these proven principles. Remember, a dollar earned today, if used wisely, can become hundreds of dollars in the future. A relationship nurtured today can open dozens of opportunities tomorrow. And a good habit started today can completely change your life. It all depends on you, on how you see, choose, and act every single day. If you found today's insights valuable, don't let them stop at interesting to hear. Choose at least one principle and start applying it this week. And if you want to receive more content to grow your mindset, improve your finances, and live a more fulfilling life, hit like, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our new videos. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this video. I wish you a day full of energy, a clear mind, and a journey towards sustainable wealth. See you in the next video.